All right, let's get right into it. If you've been following the 11/6 music ecosystem, you know there's this one name that well, it pops up everywhere, but always stays in the shadows, sparking a million questions. So today, we are finally putting the strategist herself, Zong Skye, directly in the spotlight. I mean, you've seen her name in the credits, right? And you definitely remember her from that pivotal Sugar Palm sit-down we covered. She had that quiet, super observant presence. She's been this phantom, an essential piece of the whole 11/6 puzzle who has, until now, stayed in the shadows. But who is she, really? And you know how the internet gets. The theories are all over the place. Is she a secret producer pulling the strings, a creative muse for the other artists, or is it something else entirely? Well, we're going to cut through all that noise and get to the truth, using what people from inside the camp are actually saying. Okay, so first things first, to really understand who Zong Skye is, we have to talk about what she isn't. And the single biggest myth out there is that she's a producer. This chart breaks it down perfectly. On one side, you have Joyans, the producer. She's building the sonic world from the ground up. We're talking drums, sound design, the whole structure of the beat. And then you have Zong Skye. She's the vocal architect. She comes into a track that's almost finished and just injects emotion, these incredible harmonies that completely change the feeling of a song. They're on two totally different planets. And here's where all the confusion started, and this comes straight from Joyans herself. She says they just see quiet Asian girl and copy-paste. And wow, that hits hard, right? She's basically calling out how these lazy stereotypes fueled this whole wrong idea. People just blurred the lines without taking a second to understand the very specialized work each of them does. And then, Zong Skye just shuts it all down with this one line. She presses export, I hit record. Boom. It's so simple, but it says absolutely everything. Joyans finalizes the beat, she presses export. Zong steps into the vocal booth, she hits record. That's simple. Two vital but completely different jobs. Okay, so we've established she is not a producer. So who the heck is she then? Well, this is where her story takes a wild turn. She is the label's secret weapon, what I'm calling the Juilliard anomaly. Get ready for this because her background is unreal. Her mother was a K-pop idol, her father a British diplomat. But the real kicker, the bombshell, she is a classically trained vocalist from Juilliard. On a full scholarship. Just think about that for a second. A prodigy with the most elite formal training you can imagine dropped right into the raw, lo-fi world of 11/6. That contrast is just fascinating. So how does a Juilliard prodigy even end up in the 11/6 orbit? Well, it wasn't about her connections or some fancy resume. It all came down to a single moment of pure, undeniable talent. So here's how it went down. Picture it. DJ River brings Zong into a live session. There's a track playing, but the hook just isn't hitting right. So Zong, right there, on the spot, writes and records a new one. It was so perfect, so undeniable, that DLB didn't even need to think about it. He just looked at her and said, "You're in." Her entry into the group was pure Mary. That's it. All right, so now we know her insane background and how she got in the door. So let's look at the evidence that proves her true role. The architect of the human voice. Everyone on the inside says she never even touches the production software. She's not arranging beats or tweaking plugins. Her entire process is about listening, like deeply listening, and then stepping up to the mic to add these layers of vocal texture and emotional weight that just elevate the entire track. Her contribution isn't technical, it's visceral, it's organic. It's that raw, unfiltered human element you feel deep in your chest when you listen to an 11/6 record. That's her. I absolutely love this analysis from a fan. It just gets to the heart of it. Zong's harmonies are a haunted house. Joyans builds weapons. It's such a great way to put it. Joyans productions are weapons. They're sharp, structured, powerful. But Zong's harmonies, they create a whole atmosphere, a haunted house of emotion that you get lost in, and it stays with you long after the song ends. And you can see it in these shots, right? The focus is always on her as the instrument, channeling all that emotion. It's about presence and performance, not production. This might be my favorite quote about her, and it's from a private studio leak. It just describes how Zong can take a finished track and completely transform it, inhabit it. Like she doesn't just add to the song, she possesses it. It's almost supernatural. So for years, she's been this essential, hidden element, the secret ingredient. But all of that is changing. The strategist is finally stepping out of the shadows. And the thing is, the data shows she's been here all along. Just look at the credits across the entire 11/6 catalog. Featured artist, specific verses, entire choruses. She has been a core voice from the very beginning. She wasn't really hidden. Maybe we just weren't looking closely enough. And this is the big one. Her next move is a massive feature on Girl, Girl Gone Bad, alongside Lotto, Doja Cat, and Ruby Rose. This is not some subtle background harmony. This is a statement, a deliberate step onto the main stage. This image just says it all, doesn't it? The energy is completely different. It's powerful, it's direct. This is a whole new chapter. The days of being the ghost in the machine are officially over. Which leaves us with the final, thrilling question. For years, she was the secret weapon, the architect working behind the scenes. Now, the strategist has been revealed. So what happens when she finally makes her first big move? What will that look like for the 11/6 universe and for the entire music world? I guess we're all about to find out.